Genie grind and watch him get rich, huh? Remember when I said I hit a lick, huh? I don't really wanna fuck the bitch, what? Willie went and made another hit, okay, like Prada on my motherfucking kid, huh? Louis on my motherfucking hip, huh? Curry how I dunk, no switch, hey, fucking gonna fuck that bitch, hey, if you ain't gon' fuck with me, you a dumb fuck, put up a hit but feel like one punch, look at my bank and I'm getting dumb rich, and I'm gonna count it up till 100,
The night before the raid, when Deku was taken hostage by Toga, Deku brings Ojiro into his office. Ojiro sits down with Deku, as Deku, gestures for it, at least as he didn't even realize Ojiro had done it before he had said anything. Quite nice manners for such a young boy. So much power and potential in him, yes. As he keeps looking up from his pages and looks up to Ojiro, as he asks Ojiro about different stuff about his parents. Have your parents had the same quirks? He says yes, both of them had a tail quirk. Were they different tails? No, they were just flesh tails. Ah, I see. And also, does your foot have 6 toes? How would you know that? As, Ojiro, suddenly gets up as Deku's like, no, sit down. You see, this is actually quite exciting news. At least I'm getting the jitters just from hearing it. This means that you have an evolutionary quirk. I know that you have no idea what that means, and it's so exciting for me to explain it to you. Actually, before you say anything, evolutionaries, okay? Once in a lifetime things to find. When 2 people have of the same quirk breed and make a child, it can happen if they are born with 6 toes. It is a sign of evolutionary. A person whose quirk will break the bonds that bound the old quirk. And you, my son, have that exact thing. You are an evolutionary. Many have discovered this, however, it stayed mostly underground, for people would start, force breeding people like that. We wouldn't want that now, would we? Please, keep this between us. As Deku, he says, now you can rise. As Ojiro's kind of off balance, he's like, what are you saying? I'm saying you have a future, son. One that's brighter than all of us. Has your tail been acting up quite recently? Yes, sir. Maybe it'll turn on fire or spit ice. I don't know what. I'm just excited for your future. Please, come by for the raid tonight. As Ojiro says, oh, of course, sir. I wouldn't miss it. As Deku smiles under his gas mask as he takes it off and then gives Ojiro a good firm handshake and says, meet me outside. As as when they're sparring, Ojiro asks him about how he figured out. He says that he's been running skeletal stands on most people trying to figure out about their quirks. As Ojiro's like, isn't that don't you need a permit for that? And he's like, nope, I'm the teacher. He's like, well, okay then. Anyways, we continue back to the night where Deku was taken hostage. Breaking out from his bonds, he headbutts the torturer dude. As he's knocked out instantly, the key falls from his neck as it flies across the room down under the door. Deku easily breaks through the door by kicking it down. The gigantic doors creep open as the whole entire League of Villains is there. Deku now walks forward into the room of League of Villains as Toga picks up the key and eats it, saying, oh, you thought you would just get away, now would you? No way. As then One For All stands up and says, oh, Deku. Alawa. Brother. this is just going to end how it always has. You quivering under my boot as my tyranny continues on. Just give up. You've been fighting this fight for, what? 450 years. Sorry, blah. Just give up, brother. You always have been littler than me. As Deku looks up, saying, "You're right. I always have failed. But there is something that that I figured out a long time ago that I needed. I have friends." As Deku, basically Deku rises from his spirit as all of the villains start to tackle down on Deku. His spirit rises up to the clouds, bringing the might of Zeus down upon the place, splitting it in half, the whole entire bunker, creating a gigantic earthquake, making everybody unstable. And as, all of the heroes start to pour through the cracks, Ojiro, Todoroki, and I think Ida is actually there. Yeah, Ida, because they are trusted with this mission more than anybody else. As, all three of them come through and start kicking down villains and taking down each other's marks, as Deku had instructed each one of them to. As Deku would know how many there are, he's been tracking them this whole entire time. As Deku slowly walks up to his older brothers now, he puts his hand on his brother's shoulder, a little pat, as he says, "Now, where's my wife?" As, Overhaul gets the sense that he's not making out of this, easily. All for One's rage burns brightly. His calm composure on the outside of him had once been impenetrable, as most people had thought. However, he starts to show his other side, the one he had never had to show, especially against a brother who is not as strong as him. All for One releases all of his power, Impulse, which shoots Deku across the room, smashing him into the barrier. All for One also activates "Fuck this! Earthquake!" as he bashes his hands down into the ground. The whole entire place starts to crumble. However, unlike how they thought it would, it actually creates a gigantic earthquake. The city starts to split in half as the gates of hell look like they're opening themselves. As Deku says, "He had this? What do you think I've been doing all these years, Deku?" "I knew you would do this. I've stationed top heroes all around the city of Hiroshu. You're not going to escape no matter what. This was only just to get you. And you failed, All for One. You failed at protecting yourself and your team. Now, admit your defeat." As All for One's is hesitant as he holds himself down. His rage, it boils and boils and boils until his face steams red. The test tubes start to break as he rises slowly from his chair. Everybody readies for the boss fight, as then Deku starts getting some interference on his comms. As he picks up the comm, he asks, "Archer, are you there?" As he says, "It's him! He's here!" As Deku checks, who though? What the fuck? Archer, of course, being the gun guy. That guy, of course. "Stringer!" As, "What?" "Check on Archer." "Oh yeah, I will." Flames. What the fuck? Flames? Is this someone that you hired, All for One? "He's here." "What do you mean he's here? Is this one of your tricks?" No. As all the rage seems to have diminished, as there seems to be nothing left from this old, frail man, as he sits back down onto his throne that's crumbled and destroyed by this point. He rests his face upon his hand once more, as he says, "We're dead." "What?" "We're dead. None of us are as strong as him. He is the end-all be-all. He's been hunting us down since the beginning. You may leave, however, there's no way to defeat that man." So you admit defeat. Are you still on that, Deku? I mean, Alawa. What is up with you? You're somehow wanting to work with us? Maybe. For my survival and the people in this city's survival depends on it. You know what? I just got the perfect idea. Don't tell me it's one of your escape plans. Maybe. All for one starts collapsing the whole entire place around them, as he's like, "God damn it!" As the stringy, the tape guy shoots a string at over All for One. However, it's caught by a Nomu, as he says, "Release the Nomus! We'll weed him out. Once he starts attacking them, I'll get out of the city. Maybe I can make it out of here with my life." You're escaping with your life while leaving your comrades? Classic. Why would I expect anything else from you, All for One? All for One says, "All is fair in love and war, am I right?" As he grabs onto a flying Nomu that rises out from the gigantic earthquake that he had created. As he soars off into the distance, Deku says, "Damn it! Everybody, 6 arms guy, hold up the, save as many people as you can with your thing. I need everybody that has strength quirks to get everybody out of here. Ida, you carry Midnight. She was being kept hostage in the back room. Kirishima, you're with me. And Todoroki, both you and him are with me." As he commands Todoroki where to spread ice beams that will support the underground, allowing people more time to get out. All in all, successful, as they only left behind one of the villains, and that was Dabi. As they cuff the villains, as they get out of the hole, Nomu spread around the whole entire city. What a disaster. There's no way you could have seen this, teacher. No, it's completely my fault. We must act quick, however. Everybody that's left in 1A, as he stands up on a piece of rubble, he asks Todoroki to raise him up. As Todoroki makes a podium out of ice, as Deku says, "Thank you. Class 1A, may I have your attention? We are at a crisis. I need every single one of you to start helping on clearing out the heroes that are that are damaged, and also the civilians that are under attack from the Nomus. I understand that you have very little combat experience to this point. However, I need you to be heroes for just 10 minutes. 10 minutes. That's all I need." All of you spread out to the rest, spread out in a fanning circle, as he sends them all out in individual parties of 3 most likely, having Ida take Midnight actually out of the place while carrying her on his back, as he'll be going in the same direction as Deku and Todoroki. Todoroki and Ida start heading out towards the exits of the main city on the highway. As cars crash around them, Deku stops as many as he can by blowing them up. No people in them, by the way. Todoroki makes the ground ice so that nobody can, actually, he doesn't do that because that would be stupid. As Todoroki starts covering up fires and all the stuff on their way out. However, a shadowy figure meets them on the highway, one that they can't quite see. It's just a Nomu, as Todoroki shoots forward, as Deku says, "Stop!" As then Todoroki immediately gets his chin knocked, as Todoroki goes flying right past Deku and falls straight into a building. as the fallout from the building collapses on several people. God damn it, Todoroki! As then Deku looks forward, the shadowy figure is gone. Ida, I know what you're thinking. It's him! It has to be! Give me midnight. Give me midnight! As Ida snaps out of it as Deku slaps him, saying, God damn it, man! Get yourself together. You have to take midnight. I'll deal with him myself. Go! As Ida starts to make his way out, Ida bites onto his lip, as blood starts to course down his mouth. As suddenly a somersault kick comes straight at Ida's face. However, is caught by Deku. As then Deku starts with a machine gun fist of lightning chain punches straight onto the aggressor. However, the aggressor is quick to react. As this aggressor whips his arm around down to the floor, crushing Deku's face into the ground. As then, the shadowy figure jumps up into the air and then comes down with a katana straight to Deku's face. Deku moves out of the way just barely. However, it slices onto his cheek, dripping blood. As the figure quickly jumps out of the way as Deku calls down lightning onto himself. It looks onto the blade. He takes up the blade and licks it. As Deku suddenly starts to feel weird, his left arm, his right arm, they start to gain cuts. The rest of his body starts to gain sharp daggers, like he's being stabbed a million times. It feels insane the amount of times that he feels like he's being stabbed. It's nothing like when all the villains had stabbed him, because he wasn't even in his body. He could only really do that once. That was realistically only his trump card. When he did that, he can never do that much anymore, at least. He ejects himself right back into his body as he has to start feeling all of it again. However, he can't bother with that as the shadowy figure starts to walk towards him. The teacher of the new generation. How low you've fallen. As then he jumps straight at Deku as Deku's supposedly his whole entire body is paralyzed. Deku, he's dead. I'm dead. What more could there? As then the katana goes straight for his neck. However, his metal arm ejects itself up, stopping the metal blade and cracking the tip of it, making it dull. God damn it. As then he sheathes his katana, throwing out 3 different daggers, aiming straight for Deku's face. As Deku gains control of his right arm this time, grabbing onto all 3 of them and throwing them just as fast as he could back at him, electrocuting them this time. So one of them stuck into the shadowy figure's leg. He falls onto the ground, sort of stumbling as he brings himself back up to sort of Tony Stark, esque, a superhero basically landing. As then he finally slowed down just for enough for Deku to actually see him. It was Stain. Stain. So nice for you to meet your acquaintance again, Deku. I thought I killed you last time. No. You missed my heart by about 3/4 of an inch. You gotta be kidding me. Nope. However, I am here to kill you. I respect you, however, I think it'd be better just to take you out now, before you corrupt the new generation. You've killed so much before, haven't you, Deku? You too. I've killed in the name of justice, in the name of weeding out those who are corrupt in this hero system of ours. I respect you too, Stain. I see. I get it. You want to live for a few more seconds. However, I've kept you alive to this point out of respect of your power. Now, time for you to die. As Stain anchors his left foot into the ground, throws himself back, and then throws himself forward, crushing the ground under him, unlodging his foot as he comes from a somersault with a high kick to Deku's face. Deku's cracked gas mask now falling off of his face. And thank you so much for watching. I think that'll be the end of this video. I hope that I'll see you guys somewhere, sometime. Goodbye.